Imagine a world where cats can float and dogs can defy gravity. Welcome to the bizarre world of animals in space. You might be wondering how animals can even survive in space, let alone adapt to its harsh conditions. Well, it turns out that some animals are more resilient than we think. When we send animals to space, they undergo some pretty wild changes. For example, their bodies start to adjust to the lack of gravity, which can be pretty disorienting at first. Their sense of balance and orientation gets all mixed up, kind of like when you spin around in a circle and feel dizzy. But over time, their brains start to adapt, and they learn to navigate in zero gravity. It's pretty amazing to see animals like mice and rats, which have been sent to space, learning to move around and even play in mid-air. Some animals have even shown signs of changing their behavior in space. For instance, birds have been known to fly in weird patterns, almost like they're trying to figure out how to fly without gravity. And fish, well, they just sort of float around, looking pretty confused. But what's really interesting is that some animals have even started to change physically. Like, their muscles start to shrink because they don't need to work as hard to move around. And their bones, they start to lose density, which is kind of like when you don't exercise for a while, and your bones start to weaken. It's not all bad though. Some animals have even shown signs of improvement in space. Like, their immune systems start to get stronger, which is pretty cool. It's like their bodies are trying to compensate for the lack of gravity by boosting their defenses. As we continue to explore the effects of space on animals, we're learning more about the amazing ways they can adapt to this alien environment. From the way they move to the way they think, animals in space are teaching us some valuable lessons about survival and resilience. The study of animal adaptations in space is a fascinating field that's still relatively new, and scientists are just starting to scratch the surface of what's possible. One of the most interesting things about animals in space is how they adapt to microgravity, which is an environment where they don't have to deal with the same kind of gravity that we do on Earth. For example, fish have been known to swim in all directions, not just up and down, because they don't have the same sense of up and down in space. It's like they're swimming in a big bowl, and they can go anywhere they want. This is because their bodies are able to adjust to the lack of gravity, and they can move around in ways that would be impossible for them on our planet. This kind of adaptation is not just limited to fish either. Other animals, like rats and mice, have also been studied in space, and they've shown some amazing abilities to adjust to the microgravity environment. For instance, they can climb on walls and ceilings, and even sleep upside down, which is something they would never do on Earth. It's like they're defying gravity, and it's really cool to watch. Scientists are learning a lot from these experiments, and they're using this knowledge to develop new technologies that can help humans survive in space. But it's not just about the physical adaptations either. Animals in space are also teaching us about the psychological effects of living in a microgravity environment. For example, some animals have been known to become more aggressive or anxious in space, while others seem to be totally relaxed. This is giving scientists some valuable insights into how humans might react to long-term space travel, and how we can prepare ourselves for the challenges of living in space. By studying animal adaptations in space, we're gaining a better understanding of what it takes to survive and thrive in this alien environment. So if you want to learn more about the latest discoveries in space exploration, be sure to check out our next video, where we'll be talking about the latest missions to Mars and what they might mean for the future of space travel.